Okay, everybody, this is the focus section, and as you know, we follow the Raise Your Voice Practice Journal. Every month or so, or a couple months, I try to explain things a little bit more on here, just in case you're just joining us. This practice journal is a 2-page, fun little colorful way to, it's kind of like a daily journal entry. You can print a ton of these out and put them in a book, or you can just have one to refer to and use your own journaling device or whatever, however you like it. Some people aren't journalers. Is that a word? And that's okay. I am a major journaler. I like to know what I've done and what I haven't done and how that's affected my practice. So this focus section focuses on 5 things, and obviously it's not always going to be just 5 things that you need to think about, but these are some heavy hitters. These are some key ingredients to really nice, relaxed, easy singing. People say a lot of times professional singers hear your voice sounds so effortless, it looks so easy, and this is a big misnomer. I think a lot of people think that really great professional, critically acclaimed singers, it comes naturally to them, and almost no one can sing like a professional classical singer can unless they've been trained. Maybe Julie Andrews is the only person who I do believe maybe just came out of the womb singing the way she sang. The rest of us learn technique, and this is what I try to teach you in a very general way, since I don't know, where you are in your path. So the 5 things that I like to think about, that I just like to keep in mind, sometimes, well, I guess earlier on in my life, I would practice and I would be pushing through and trying to make things happen and working and all these things. And then I would, about halfway through my practice, let's say 30 minutes in, I would be like, I'm not supporting at all. I'm not using low breath support. And this is why over the years, I've kind of curated this list, this Fab 5 focus points that I can just go to and just remind myself, no wonder I'm cracking on that high note. I'm not supporting it, or supporting it as well as I could be. So here are the 5 things: quality breath support, balance of resonance, which means you're using your resonance chambers, especially the back space and the forward space, in a balanced way. You don't want to be too forward, you don't want to be too all in the back, and you get this dark, heavy, rich sound and you can't move and all these things. And then we have other resonance chambers as well, but I try to focus on those 2 because that really helps with classical singing. I think it helps with all kinds of singing, but it definitely, we're talking about classical singing here, so. Posture, something I never remember unless I have it written down, and then all of a sudden I fix my posture and wow, well, lo and behold, it's like a makeover for my voice. So that's one that I definitely like to have written down so I can refer to it. Releasing tension, I really think we do that in the stretch section very nicely, but we get into learning a song and suddenly the shoulder goes up, the jaw gets tight, we stick out the chin, something happens, and that has to do with posture as well, but it's about releasing tension when we're thinking of a million things. And then pure vowels. Pure vowels really can, oh my gosh, put lipstick on a pig. Sometimes we just change that vowel and suddenly, wow, it just sounds so much better. Let me give you an example. Here's an oo vowel using the oo that we actually use in American English. Ooh. Some things that I notice about my voice, some qualities of my voice. Brassy. I definitely had some phlegm that I couldn't get past. It was tight. If we had gone up in the range, you would have heard that I couldn't go very high with that. And then it's not a very pretty vowel, just period. Not a very pretty vowel. But then also my vibrato got strange, and my vibrato was a little bit wobbly and inconsistent. Okay, so here's changing it to ooh, and I'm not warmed up at all. I try not to warm up before these so that you can hear my voice change as I warm up, and I know it works too, it's a good indicator for me to know that I'm doing the right things for you guys. So here's the ooh vowel with a nice pure ooh, which we want to breathe in on that ooh just to make it really possible. So here we go. Ooh. How different is that sound? That is a completely different singer. And that is not a normal sound for me. I'm from Jefferson City, Missouri. That's not the sound that I grew up singing or hearing. Okay, let's just do that. Let's just do that warm up. Let's try a couple really bad oohs, and then we'll move on to the pretty ooh. Ooh. My mouth's even crooked. I can't even do it right. Now the pretty one. If you feel like this is really dark, way too rich, way too in the backspace, that's okay, because it's just half of the story. We're gonna put more balance of resonance into it later. But right now we're just focusing on a really pure ooh, which does feel really dark and rich. I'm just gonna try to make sure that my tongue doesn't get tight while I'm doing this really exaggerated pure ooh. Since a lot of us are in love choirs and are in choirs, let's try one with less vibrato. This is more of a blending tone with your neighbor. Maybe your neighbor has zero vibrato, but you have a ton. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna connect with each other? Well, maybe you're gonna take out a little bit of your vibrato. How do you do that? Not tighten the chords, not tighten anything. You just wanna really allow more air to go through the mechanism. The mechanism being the backspace, the forward space, just allowing your head to sort of have this air in it. That's how it's gonna feel, okay? I don't have it's half of it was with vibrato, half of it was without. Let's try it again. We'll go up one. That one worked for me a little bit better because I let more air just flow through everything. It's the sensation of versus ooh, like really tightening everything and making sure everything is very efficient with hardly any air. Let's try it again. And so you can do an H at the beginning if you need to. I also feel my jaw sort of drop a little bit more. I'm going to exaggerate that space and release the jaw a tiny bit. That's good. Now you can add the vibrato back in wherever you feel comfortable. A nice, natural, beautiful sound. All the time. That has a beautiful like cathedral dome sound in the back of my throat, and it feels really good. That would be a tone that I would probably use more than any other tone in a choir setting. It doesn't have to be the only sound. You can use lots of colors in choral singing, but that's one that I'm going to probably refer to more often than not, just so that I feel like I can really blend with my neighbor. Okay, let's stay up high. We'll head down this time, and we're just gonna go. about. We want to use breath support like crazy on this one because this is where we open up to the ah. We keep the ooh sort of vertical, ooh ah, ooh ah. And then while my mouth is open, I notice my tongue is pretty curled back there. So I'm going to try to relax the tongue a little bit more. It's not fully relaxing it, but it definitely has a nice natural falling into the cradle of the bottom of your mouth. That's the way I like to describe it anyway. Try it again with those two things in mind. Better breath support because we really just want to keep this really connected with your low breath support. That is going to help with the ooh breath in. Then a nice vertical jaw and a relaxed tongue. Just keep those three things in mind. That's enough. That's plenty. One time up, I want to make this as short as possible because I know I was talking a lot. We're just going to we're going to head right back up with the same, that idea. And I'd like to change it to ee-ah. This is where we bring in a little bit of that forward resonance. And this really works, it really works great for treble voices, for female singers. I know men can use it as well. It may not be as prevalent or needed for you because female singers are going to go into that head voice and that mix, and we really rely on our head voice more than you do. But let's all try it. I think that it's a really good warm-up, and men, you need to be able to sing on an E-vowel as well. So let's just get your pure vowels figured out. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit higher because I can't demonstrate in the low. E-ah. If you want to change it to we-ah, that helps you ooh breath in. We-ah. I actually like that better because it keeps me from going too forward with my E. Keeps everything in a nice balance. Okay, let's try it nice and low. We-ah. Ooh breath. Keep going. To a little bit higher, maybe you've already stopped, that's fine, but if you're heading up a little bit higher, this is where the posture can kind of get in our way. So if you start to kick your neck up to make this high note happen, you might want to sit or stand a little bit taller. Tuck in your hips so that everything's lined up as nice and straight and on top of each other as possible. That works really well for me. And then if you feel like you still have to make space as you get higher, keep warming up. You probably need to warm up more, and you're definitely going to be more warmed up than I am. I'm just really putting out this video quickly, so you're going to see me sort of kick my neck up too, and that's an indicator that I need to warm up more. Okay, let's go down just a little bit further so we can all try this. Ooh, breath in. We are. We
That was a high E for those of you warriors who tried to sing that high note. I didn't want to sing that this morning. It's too early for me. I hope you enjoyed those warm-ups. Those are very simple, basic warm-ups that I do probably every single time when I do teach in person. I do those warm-ups every single time with my students. And then usually I do a little staccato down so that they can just use that little staccato sound. But let's skip that this week, and I actually might put that into a shorty. I don't know if you've seen, I didn't do any last week, but the week before I did 3 shorties, and they're just quick warm-ups where we just do a fun warm-up, and that's the only video it is. I mean, the only part of the video. Those are great, and I'll probably add that staccato one to a shorty this week, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this warm-up. You definitely worked on balance of resonance. We didn't talk much about breath support, but I hope you were just keeping on trying with that breath support. Posture, we just hit on posture. That really helped me get up pretty high. Releasing tension, great job. We did the stretch section. I think that really helps. And pure vowels. Hey, we did it all. Yay! Hope you enjoy this. Play it every day this week. See how much you can practice. Just see how good it can make you feel. Music makes you feel good, okay? Especially if you do it positively. So moving on now to the next section, which is the rehearse section, where we can learn a pretty song with the song of the week. See you soon.